Hi, guys. Happy Monday and good morning. And I am really excited to talk to you guys about this deck that I put together. And it's to encourage you to be consistent, even when you don't feel like it, to give you the tools to move the needle because we know that. Um, Growing on social media, a lot of it is about consistency. In fact, being perfect, having the perfect deck or the perfect background or whatever really doesn't mean anything. It's really about you showing up to your audience. And I know all of us have some really big fourth quarter goals, and I want us all to hit them. And so that's the whole purpose of me creating Average Black Girl. If you're on YouTube, if you're looking on Facebook in either our free group, the Above Average group by Danielle Mitchell, or the accountability group, we are here for the same goal, and that is to crush our goals. Because let's be real, money moves the needle, and money also allows us to make that difference, right? If you want to lobby, you got to have money. If you want to create your foundation, you got to have money. If you want to make a difference in anything, you have to do that, especially here in America, but really in any country that you're listening to. Unfortunately, we're in a capitalistic society, so let's focus on getting that money. So now that we're all hyped and we're geeked, thank you, Dana. Yes, she put the 100 sign. Come on, let's get it. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen, and I'm gonna pull up today's presentation. So yes, today is all about if it's important, do it poorly. So, who am I? I am Danielle Mitchell. I'm an international marketing strategist who specializes in working with service based businesses to grow and scale through marketing. So, what does that mean? That means that we're all about creating your ideas and making it monetizable. So, if you're thinking about web design, social media templates, planners, journals, workbooks, all of those things help to have people pay you, have people fill out consultations, have people buy your stuff. I firmly believe that having digital products is what is going to take all of our businesses to that next level because with digital products, once you sell it, you are done. Services are great and it is definitely important. And those are those high ticket offers, but you can definitely make a killing with your digital and physical products. If you are interested in getting something created, I would love to talk to you. So, about this webinar, we're going to bring you through what is consistency, what is the tips to keep growing and going, and then some CRM tools to help you convert. So, the first step is what is the concept and the research, right? So I want you to figure out if you're like me, I need to know why is something important. Don't just tell me to go ahead and be consistent. What is the why behind it? And so there is a concept behind being consistent, and there's a concept behind why being perfect isn't important. And so if you're in marketing, one of the books that you're going to get a touch of, and I definitely suggest everybody get it, is How to Write Copy That Sells. It's a really good book. It just really kind of talks about the basis of what and how your consumers react to you, how they're going to go from working with you to knowing you to wanting to pay you and come back. And so there are two different types of audiences out here. The first type is going to be the hunter method, right? And so that is what most people think is going to happen to their business, to their brand, to their launch, and it doesn't happen. And this is why. You think about the hunter. I'm going out in the woods. I see my deer. I shoot the deer. It's down. Boom. That's it. One shot or two shots, and I'm done. Only 30% of people actually buy that way, where they're ready. They've never heard you from Adam. They meet you one time and they're ready to sign up right now. You're everything they've been looking for. Only 30% of your sales will come from that. 70%, or why it's more important, and 30, 20 to 30, and then 60 to 70, right? But 70% will come from you needing to what we call the farmer method, the gatherer method, right? So the gathering method or the farmer method is constantly cultivating his crops, constantly watering them, constantly out there giving it TLC. And then because he's constantly out there, he's constantly having harvest. He's constantly having harvest, right? Most people need to have 7 steps or 7 points of recommendation from you before they're ready to buy. So that looks like being referred, hearing your name mentioned, seeing you on social media, seeing your comments, hearing you speak. And so you can fast forward that process by being consistent online, right? You can fast forward that process by doing speaking engagements, by being out there in the community. But you can also, this is what you can control, you can connect with your audience. So that's going to be step one. And so the next part of step one that we want to talk about is the know, like, and trust method. So people buy from not only who they know, right? I need to be aware of you before I can buy from you. If I don't know your product, brand, or person exists, how can I support such person? So you want to have new eyes on existing target, have new eyes on existing products, right? But then people buy from who they like. That's just, it is what it is. People buy from who they like. So I got to get to like you. So that's where people start showing their silly side or their family or them outside of being super corporate, because that makes you human, that makes me relatable. And more importantly, that makes me want to like you. And lastly, I want to buy from who I'm going to trust. People want to know 3 things: what I am buying. If I buy from you, will I get the same result? If I'm buying from what I'm buying from you, have you done to someone else? And what I'm buying, have you done to yourself? And if you can't showcase that, it's going to be a hard sale. And so you want to get your portfolio up. For me, when I started creating the workbooks and planners and journals for myself, only then did my business truly explode, because people wanted to see what I was doing. Have I done it to myself? Or are you just trying to start something new and I'm your guinea pig? It happens. Also, there's a lot of scammers online. There just is. Unfortunately, this is who you have to deal with. So, because you have to deal with them, you need to figure out how you can stand out among the crowd and show your legitimacy. Step 2 is going to be all of your Instagram stories, how you can do it, right? So, step 2, we're going to talk about how you can put on Instagram stories. You can talk about reels. You can hop on live, and you don't have to save them if they're not perfect. You can repurpose your content. You can give some tips. You can talk about popular trending topics that are related to your business. There are so many ways that you can take a trending topic and say, and this is why branding is important. This is why PR is important. You're in finance. This is why finance is important. If you're in virtual assistant and this person is like being their own PR, this is why you need a team. Like, there's so many ways that you can take a popular topic and then just turn it. And feel free to take a screenshot on this. This is for you to take and work on it. You can also talk value. Sometimes you can just show up. And that's all you need to do. You can also tell a story, right? We all had our aha moment. Sometimes we have them weekly, sometimes we have them quarterly. We can also talk about what made us want to start, what made us want to pivot. Those are your stories to tell. And the next thing I want to talk about is some CRM tools. So I was talking to one of my clients, and she was not ready to launch just yet. And she was like, I need this done, I need this done, I need this done. And I get it. Your brain can't comprehend how you can move and launch without everything being perfect because up until now, what world did that happen? In what world could you turn in an assignment incomplete and still get 100%? In what world could you submit a project and say that, I'll get back to you with the details, but here's the framework? Well, in business and entrepreneurship, this is something that you have to grasp, especially when launching and selling and stuff. I'd rather you not spend all this time building and perfecting a course when you haven't proven that people actually want what you're selling or what you think that you're going to create, right? So, in order to do that, you can start doing things like using CRM tools. So, for email marketing, I use ConvertKit, and you can create an enticing lead gen. This is an example of what mine looks like. You can see it right here. Subscribe to get our free 5 email sequence course on how to turn your blog traffic into money. Simple, straight to the point, but people sign up all the time. And I will put the link in the comments or description below. But it's very simple. You don't need um a 8-page website. You don't need um a full drawn out course. Now you do need the framework, but a lot of people are making that after they sell. It just is what it is. And that's okay, right? As long as you are doing your pre-launch and then giving yourself enough time to actually complete it and you know the tools, but now you're spending time selling before you're creating. Or and some people I know that just have they create so much and they never launch. So you got to switch this to hit your goals. Another form that I use, or another CRM tool that I use, is Honeybook. I use Honeybook for my forms. I use Honeybook for my invoicing. I use Honeybook for prospecting, to send out contracts, to send out proposals. It reminds people when their invoice is due, so I don't have to chase the money, and I can see where I'm at. I can follow up with people. I can close ideas. I can close things. And I don't need a person to do that. I don't need to be following up with people. I have a tool that can tell me when it's supposed to follow up. I have a tool that tells me when people have opened an email and haven't. So I know, yeah, I know when you have read my invoice, when you have seen it, I know when you've signed it. I get an email every time you've moved a step in that tool. And that helps me to know who's interested, who's not, who's maybe my email has gone to spam, who's no longer interested, who's very interested. All of that comes together. And that has helped me, that has blessed me. So I'm here to say that I know sometimes we don't feel like it. Sometimes we just don't feel like it, right? We don't feel like it. We're like, you know what? Today's not the day. And then one day turns into the next. And it's not about that. It's not. It's about being consistent. It's about connecting, right? And so if you're one of those people where you're struggling, I would love for you to reach out to me and we can be each other's accountability partner. You can have me be that for you. Or we can create what is a marketing plan. But a lot of the people that I'm listening to that are watching this, you've already taken a class, you've already taken a course. You just need that push to go ahead and do it. You don't need another coach. You don't need another program. You may need accountability. You may need that. I know I have it. I have accountability. That's something that I needed. And I needed it in all areas of my life, honestly. And I'm starting to get that. I have accountability not only in working out and fitness, I have accountability with my grows with group. I have accountability in my personal life. Like I have accountability for sure. And that is going to push it. But sometimes you got to be able to put deep in to move deep inside you and not even need that to know like this is what I need to do. For me, I have put in my phone to engage with my audience at in the 8 o'clock hour every day. And that is what I'm committed to do. Now it may look different. It may not always be me in a room prime and proper, right? And ready to go with a curated deck and some talking points. No, it may be me on the go at the gym or on the air in the airport or something, but you're going to get me. I'm going to give that self and I'm going to grow with that, right? Yes, self motivation. We want to hit these goals. We have these big, hairy goals that we want to reach, right? Well, you want people to refer you, right? To stay top of the mind, right? Well, in order to do that, you have to be on the top of everybody's mind. And with so many things going on social media, you know that you need to be consistent, and your audience is going to learn to depend on you. So I would love for everybody to join my email list. There's going to be more amazing goodies coming up soon. And feel free to share with someone. I know that you know somebody that is starting a business or is needing a new website update or all of those things. And I would love to service them. We are booking right now for November projects, which is a blessing in itself to be booked out. And again, being organized. There's more tools that I can talk about that I use all the time. And I think that that's going to be some things that I'm going to showcase next. But it feels good to be back. It feels good to connect. I'm so excited for all of the interaction. And yeah. And just to let you guys know, again, consistency is good. I edited a deck and I noticed some issues on my slides. Did it stop me? No. And it shouldn't stop you either. It shouldn't. Like, it's not that serious. It shouldn't stop you. The content is real, and that's all that matters. The content is legit. All right, guys. Well, have a good day, and I'll talk to you guys later.